Hi, this is Maurice Bernard and Anna Demergis. Welcome to the Maurice and Anna Show.
We're back.
We are, and this is the Maurice and
Anna show.
um,
So mean.
this is episode 4. We're very excited to be.
I'm thrilled.
I'm very ecstatic. Is that a word? Ecstatic?
Sounds like one to me.
Okay. Here we are. So I usually start off the show by asking what we're talking about today. Because
I just want to say something, if you don't mind. Look at what our conversations have evolved to. We must have had really good conversations in order to be sitting right here, right now.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because if we didn't, I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, exactly.
See that? I'm a good salesman.
Yeah. And we've had good conversations.
Right.
But I think we've had really good conversations here, actually.
We have.
You know, even better than the real conversations.
Usually they're at home on a couch, over dinner somewhere in the valley.
Let's not...
Oh, come on.
Let's not go back to the first show where we talked about people, thinking
Whatever.
that there's something going
So
on with
stupid.
us, which there's not, and you're my
Well, they have
wife's.
fantasies in their head.
I guess. Well, a lot of people who have talked like that are very protective of me. So they're like, "Who's that?"
And then
Who's
they
that?"
meet me, and then what happens?
No, they like you. Yeah,
Oh.
that's the thing. And I said,
Imagine that.
I told you, she's cool. She's
Unlikable.
nothing. It's nothing like that.
Right.
So what's going on today?
I think that we should talk about celebrities.
Okay.
You're a celebrity.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Celebrities look, there's a lot of great things. Look, I've been able to be on a soap opera, General Hospital, for over 30 years. Fans have followed me and I'm not joking, they've been as loyal to me and to the show, but to me in everything that I've done. I've always succeeded. And I like to say I put out good product, which I do, but if it wasn't for the audience just being with me all the time, it wouldn't have succeeded.
Right. You have a very loyal, loving fan base.
Very.
I mean, you go through comments and you're like, there's not one bad thing on this page. There's not
No,
one bad
it's
It's wild.
yeah.
You have no haters.
Well,
Where are they?
No. I think for State of Mind, which is on my YouTube show,
His other show.
there's no haters. No, it's like 99% love.
Right.
But on GH early on, for a long time, there was haters.
Really?
They hated Sonny, right? A lot of people hated Sonny. But my core audience who are into me and Sonny, they don't mess around. So if people start talking stuff, they come right in.
So you basically have no negative effect of being a celebrity.
No, the negative effect is I've had to really slice down my ego.
Interesting.
And when you have a big ego and you're a celebrity, that's like giving an alcoholic tequila. So I'm still working.
That must be rough.
Yeah,
Because
because
you have a lot of yes people around in the beginning.
yeah, you have that, and
weed
it
through the people that just have ulterior motives.
right, and I remember I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I remember my agent saying once, you don't have a big ego because if you're close to me, I'm just a nice guy, right?
Yeah.
I said, listen, I do have a big ego because he goes, well, what do you mean? What does that mean? I said, I love to be king, but I don't want anybody else to be king.
That's a little selfish.
Yeah, it's ego. So I known that was not a good thing with me, and I've tried to chop away at it. It got me again a couple of weeks ago because but it's a work in progress. But I'm much better than I used to be.
Right. What does your family think about the celebrity aspect of your life? Like their kids?
Well, my family. Look, in a way, it's good because it humbles me, but they don't care at all.
Does that bother you?
Yes,
Really?
yes, but then
Why?
because I have this ego.
Okay.
Because my ego says, I don't care that you don't care, but could you just care a little bit more?
A little bit.
Yeah, because over here, people really care. Mm-hmm. And then I come over here and you don't care at all. Mm-hmm. So, but I'm working on that to make peace with that.
But as you get older, it becomes easier to do that.
It is become easier, yeah. But I got to tell you, because, I do social media and everything. And nobody, it's like, they don't, Paula, my wife, I'll send her stuff. She don't even watch it.
She's unfazed.
Here's what I've done. And then there's a family text. Mm-hmm. It says family that I used to send stuff in. Done.
Really?
Yeah, because nobody cares.
Wow.
Nobody responds. Mm-hmm. And I'm sending some really, which I think is like Van Gogh.
Interesting.
I think I'm like, creative and artistic. And I'm sending them this.
They're just bored.
And they don't get, so I'm like, okay, I don't send them. I'll send you, and there's like 10 people who I send things to that are my friends who respond to me in that way.
Right.
Now, but I also know that it's healthy for me that my family doesn't treat me that way.
Of course. That's normal.
Because
I think it's
and
normal.
and then it helps me when I hear other celebrities. It's the same way with them.
I'm not impressed.
Nobody's yeah.
I would imagine.
But my son Joshua, who's an incredible actor at his age, he's 18.
And musician.
And musician. I keep
It's got it.
yeah, that song he has is amazing.
Crazy song.
Crazy
It's gonna
song.
be a huge hit.
I taught him when he was 13 how to act. So in that regard, he gives me a lot of props.
Yeah.
Like I can always Dad, can you help me on this one? Can you help me?
Then you feel needed and loved and
Yeah.
worthy at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Because you get a little.
But in social media, they don't. Because I think they see and look at social media. I will say this because I just did an interview on State of Mind with Scarlett Spencer, and she talked about social media in such a profound way. And social media can be bad, but it can be great. Because me, who goes through anxiety and everything like that, I was able to go to YouTube and listen to other people's testimonies or doctors and whatnot, and that helps. And I just talked to my mother, and I said, Mom, if I had that when I was in a mental institution, wow, it would have been great to be able to say, I didn't have anything.
That reference, yeah.
I didn't have anything.
No, I know. But how do you think it's so different now for an actor coming up than it was for you coming up? I mean, we didn't have the social media that they have now to show their talent. Then when you were growing up, you had to find an agent or a manager. You had to really figure out a way to be seen. Where now people can go on social media and exploit themselves, basically.
Yeah, I think back in the day, it was the cool thing not to talk. To the Pacinos and the De Niros and all the actors.
You not talk?
Well, you wanted a mystery. There had to be a mystery, right? And I think that was the cool thing then. Now, it's whole with social media and everything. And I I just had a conversation about it. I auditioned for John Gotti and got it. Gotti got it. And I became friends with the director. She passed away just recently, but
Oh, wow.
I said, what happened? Because the producer hated me, right? So I said, what happened when you guys were when I auditioned and you saw the tapes and everything? She said, the producer didn't want you at all. We wanted you. This person kind of wanted you. And I said, well, what swayed everything? She says, well, you know, you're a good actor and everything, but there's other people that were better for the role. But your social media
Wow.
is what sold it.
Who would have thought?
There you go.
Well, I think they do a lot of casting now based off of your social media numbers.
Yeah. And the beauty of the way it is now, especially after the pandemic, you can audition at home. I used to hate going in that room.
Self-tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have loved to be able to have
Awesome.
self-tape and just be, you know, great lighting and do it 50 times.
Saves a lot of anxiety.
Yes.
Sure.
Instead of walking in the room and they're like,
terrible. It's terrible.
what's your name?
What a process.
Maurice Bernard.
Being
okay,
judged.
hurry up. Yeah, it's terrible.
In person, you're being judged.
Yeah.
You feel the vibrations. It's terrible
Terrible.
process. So
Yeah.
what advice do you have for anyone who wants to break into the business?
Well,
today?
the advice is always the same, which is study, study, study. Because for me, I wanted to be the greatest actor in the world. That was my goal. You know, so I wanted to be the next Al Pacino. I didn't get to do it in movies, but I got to do it on a soap opera. You know?
You did.
And I remember the first time I got anybody critiqued, like it was TV Guide, and they called me the next Al Pacino.
Wow.
It was kind of cool.
That's amazing.
But you just study to get to, because that way nobody can take that away from you.
But do you think anybody can be great, or you just have to be born with that something special?
I think anybody can be better than what they are. Great. I mean, you got to be. I think you have to be born with a certain sensitivity, certain emotion, certain drive, passion, and if you're born with, like my son is, came out of nowhere almost to me. I thought
It's a gift.
it's a gift, but I think with me, because I've been through so much
Right.
as a child, and then having a nervous breakdown, all that stuff, I learned how to use all that to be as great as I can be. You know, so with any actor starting out, it doesn't matter if you're great. What matters is if you're good and you get to work.
Right. I just want to say one thing, because we've had this conversation before. As an outsider looking in to your world and now getting to know you, I just find it, and I'm not trying to pat you on the back or
Yeah, you
anything
can.
like that.
You can, though.
I can. But no, in all honesty, I think that being bipolar, having the challenge of a mental illness, and choosing a career that is almost impossible to be successful at, and you were able to do it and maintain it all these years, is remarkable. Truly remarkable. Because if you just have a person who has no mental illness, who has no challenges in life, health-wise, and they want to go into acting, it's 1 in a million that actually make it working in the industry. But you have done it successfully, sustained it successfully for over 30 years with a mental illness. That to me is hands down an unbelievable accomplishment and story that I don't know if anybody could match that.
Well, that's why I have a book. That's
Oh, right.
New York Times
bestseller.
bestseller.
Right. Okay.
No,
Well, maybe
but-
you needed a second book.
No, but you know, it's funny that when you say all that, and
It's truth,
when I was in my career doing it, I never thought like that.
Right.
I just thought, well, I'm bipolar. I've got anxiety, depression, and all that. It doesn't matter. I just keep going. But now, at this age, looking back, honestly, I don't know how I did it.
You just did it.
Yeah, but I just did it because that's what I had to do, and that's what I was going to do. But now, especially how you say it, I go, because people would say to me, I did Oprah, right, a couple times or 4 times, and it's so difficult. But I'd be like, it's all right.
It's just your life to you.
Yeah, I was just like, but now that I've been through so much with as far as mental illness, how do you do that?
And the other thing about you, which I've noticed, is that you're so incredibly generous with the other actors that you work with.
Yeah.
You're incredibly generous with your fans. You have a huge engagement on social media. And I feel that your self-awareness is by far larger than any other celebrity that I've ever met or known or had any type of relationship with. That says a lot about you as a human being. It shows how much you care for other people.
Yeah. I mean, I think.
Which I think a lot of people probably would never imagine just by looking at you on the outside.
Well, I think you have some people who think I overdo it with my fans and stuff. But then but as far as the fans, they really appreciate it.
They do.
And I don't do it. I do it because I hate to say it, but I feel like I owe them.
Well, you're going on a tour soon.
Going on a tour, 14 cities across the country.
Get your tickets.
Get your tickets.
They're selling out. Get your merchandise. You got a bunch of new merchandise.
MauriceBernard.com.
Really beautiful.
And State of Mind on YouTube is the other thing. So yeah, but it's been an incredible ride, and
but when you were growing up, did you want to be famous,
No.
or you wanted to be an actor?
No.
So it was always about the work. It wasn't about the fame.
Oh no, it's about the fame. I just didn't want to be an actor when I was little. I mean, I did sing at my mom and dad's parties. I sang Ben, Michael Jackson song. Every party they'd say, Maurice is going to sing now. And I'd be all freaking nervous. And then I'd sing it, because I had a high voice. Ben, the two of us, and I'd sing it. But I didn't, there was nothing said to me I was going to be an actor. And then one time I was 20, I was 20. And my buddy and I went to the beach. He was blonde, I was dark hair, and there's these girls there.
Oh my God, here we go.
And I said, we went up to him, and one had really beautiful blue eyes, dark hair. She was a model. I said, and I thought she was a little over my league, beyond my league. How do you say it?
Out of your league.
Out of my league. But she went out with me, and we started going out. It was great. So we went out, and then one time we were I'll never forget, she's sitting there. She's the one who started it all.
I'm sure.
And we're sitting there, and she goes, you should be a model. I'm like,
wow.
I'm not a model, man. I had a mustache,
I saw pictures.
Yeah, and she goes, no, you could. I said, how? What? She goes, you'd have to shave your mustache. I said, all right. She goes, I said, how much do you make? She goes, $100, $200 an hour. I said, really?
What?
I said, all right. So that's how I started modeling.
Wow, at her suggestion.
And very unsuccessful.
What's her name? Let's get her out here.
Kathy Cunha. No, not Kathy Cunha. I forget now.
That's
but
funny.
I wasn't successful, but I did it, and that's what got me into it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So you became an actor instead.
Became an actor, and then all hell broke loose.
Here we are, 3 Emmys later.
Well, yeah.
When you first got on the soap opera, though, were you okay with it being a soap? As opposed to an episodic?
Yeah, I needed I had just got out of a mental institution. Mm-hmm. So I needed to get anything to lift me up. Mm-hmm. So when I got On My Children, it was out of San Francisco.
Wow.
I auditioned on tape. They sent the tape. On My Children flew me out I went out there, auditioned for one role. Then I auditioned for 2 roles. And then the next morning when I was leaving, I thought I didn't get it. And they called. They said, you didn't get it, but we're creating a role for you.
Wow.
And that was the beginning of everything.
That's incredible.
Did that for 2 years and then came to L.A., I booked Desi Arnaz. What's the matter, honey? Come on, Lucy. I'm home. And
So that was an iconic role.
yeah.
And then you played Gotti,
Yeah.
another icon.
Got it. I'll never forget watching. There's only one thing of John Gotti on anywhere.
Wow.
You don't have like Desi. I had a lot
Right.
to study. I couldn't. But there was just one scene where Gotti's in the prison and Victoria comes in with her son and he's like, you never disrespect me. You know what I mean? You don't disrespect your grandfather.
Wow.
I'm John Gotti. You know who I am? And then I'm hearing it. I didn't do John Gotti in that movie, but I did do a cool role.
Well, that's a cool character to play.
A cool character, yeah. So what are we at
Amazing.
now?
Where are we at? Where are we at? I'm just saying. We got lost for a minute. We got lost on the journey.
So that's that. Look.
Well, we were talking about celebrities and coming up
Yeah.
in Hollywood and what it's like today, because actually today is a whole different breed of celebrity with social media, right? Because you have all these influencers. So there's a whole nother level of celebrity that exists outside of TV and film.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Interesting.
I think actors need to figure out that this is a new era. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of actors don't know that or don't care.
Right, because if they're getting paid and they're using
Right.
their salary, what do they care about social media? But these influencers are trying to create their brand,
Yes.
which gives them income.
Yeah.
So it's another source.
And a lot of these jobs, even my job, could end.
That's right.
And then what? You're stuck in this era.
The SAG strike. That's a whole nother
Strike
topic.
too. Also the strike. And then where is your income going to come?
Right.
Unless you saved your money, obviously. So I think it's very important to change your ways.
Right. You have to look at things changing constantly. You have to keep up with the change, no matter how old you are, even if you're old school.
Yeah. Who'd have thought that, I was a year and a half late to getting a phone.
Now that's crazy. That's a little crazy that
Yeah.
you didn't have a phone.
No, I didn't.
That to me is like,
I didn't
wow.
want it. I don't care. And then when I got the phone, they're like, "You're gonna do social media?" Hey, I'm not doing anything. And then now I
needed
can't,
it.
You can't stop me.
Right. Now you needed it. But I don't think that George Clooney or Brad Pitt or Leonardo DiCaprio, I don't think any of them have social media.
Because
I'm
they
not
don't-
sure. Don't hold me to that. But
Because you have to understand, Anna, they don't need it.
right. They're so wealthy.
Right.
Beyond.
And yeah, but I'm talking about
Anything they
the
need.
other actors who are, maybe, from job to job and think that this social media is ridiculous. You may think it's ridiculous, but it's part of the deal now.
Right. No, it's a life tool.
Yeah.
I mean, even on regular job applications, they're asking you for your social media information because they want to see it. So
That's crazy.
That's crazy to me that you apply for a regular job and they want to see your social media and then
That's
they
crazy.
base their decision off of that because they want to see what kind of person you are in real life.
Wow.
And it's not real life, it's Instagram life. It's crazy.
All right. I think we've covered it.
We out?
I don't know. We're out. We've had a good talk about social media, acting, some good stuff about acting, I got to tell you. Yeah, I'm kind of jealous because I wish I'd talk like this on my show. But it was pretty good.
Well, you can always bring me on your show and then we could talk about that
Anna,
or other things.
relax. Relax for a second.
He's so mean. Mean to me.
We're out.
It was a good episode.
Yeah, thank you.